Electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
The Stars' next home game is coming up on Friday, March 1st, when they host the Tri-City Storm at 7:05 at the Ice Box. It's $2 night with Busch Light and PBR cans available for only a couple of bucks. It's also Hockey Fights Cancer Night, and the Stars will be wearing specialty jerseys that will be auctioned off after the game. Secure your seats now at LincolnStars.com or by calling 402-474-7827.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Stop by the brand new Midwest Bank this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. for their grand opening. J&DP will be broadcasting on-site for Old School, and there will be tons of prizes available for anyone who stops by, as well as complimentary food and drinks. That's this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Midwest Bank on 70th and Pioneers.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Now, to tie it back to Nebraska men's basketball, this group has a chance to do something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
You know, in making a run in the Big Ten tournament, a serious run, in winning the first NCAA tournament game, but they're not going to get there by doing the same things they've always done. It is on this team to step up and change that narrative. It won't change on its own. Teams won't lay over for you, and that's the mindset shift we haven't consistently seen yet.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Good afternoon, Jay Foreman, DP. We are live out here at Midwest Bank, 70th and Pioneers, the grand opening celebration. Come down for free food and drink from 4 to 6 as we celebrate the second location of Midwest Bank here, again, here at 27th and Pioneers. The other location is at 27th and Jamie Lane in South Lincoln. We got prize opportunities to be drawn throughout the broadcast, only if you stop by. So a golf foursome with some dude named Jake Sorensen, another golf foursome with the best golfer at the ticket named Jay Foreman, a free 10-week challenge at Farrell's, which is probably better than playing golf with us two knuckleheads. And then also a free lunch with Bill Bush, which would be good food and obviously a lot of great stories. Also, the legendary Steve Schindler is on location with us today for the grand location. There he is. We are Old School. We are brought to you by the Mercado as well. Certified PMIT, Special Ingredients at Butcher Shop. That is my partner in crime over there. You see him handling business on the ones and twos, probably getting social media and stuff situated. Fresh off the plane from Atlanta, Supernovas with a sweep last night. Derek Pearson, how is the voice after traveling essentially, it seems, for like the last 2 months? That's why I want to ask. I mean, literally, I will tell you this before you even answer. Like, you know the thing about traveling? It's great when you make the plan. So it's like you're on your computer right now. You say, oh, we're going to travel to wherever. Now you're traveling, obviously, to, do the Supernovas. But then when you like 2 weeks in, you like, hey, what did I sign up for? Brother, like, do you remember DP? I mean, obviously, we won't have to age ourselves. But remember when we were just saying both of in our mid-30s or 40 or whatever, mid-30 with 40, how you could go travel on Monday, get back Thursday, take a day off, hit it Saturday, be back Tuesday. And that was the thing, right? You used to be excited to go to the airport. Brother, when I was traveling from here to Houston back and forth for a full football season, doing TV and radio all weekend, kind of like your schedule. When Thanksgiving hit, I don't even know what it is when you say pass when you're running on fumes. Yeah. I was running on fumes, man. How you holding up? The calls have been great, so that goes without saying. But let our afternoon crew let us know how you're feeling.
Well, I first of all, I've missed everybody. Missed hanging out from 4 to 6 and
right.
Being around it and catching everything in play. But you're right for several reasons. That the planning, the excitement phase of it is building something.
Right, yeah.
Creating something,
right.
Expanding, adding to something.
Right.
And to add to the station, it's another thing in the utility belt.
Sure.
For 93.7 The Ticket.
Right.
For Lincoln, Nebraska to be considered in a major sport organization
all across the nation, though.
Right.
It's just not Omaha. That's what people don't understand is that you're taking the ticket to Atlanta, San Diego, Grand Rapids, which is essentially Detroit, Vegas.
There were more Supernova fans in Atlanta than the Atlanta Vibe fans.
Oh, I heard that.
We stayed after the match. We do post-match show, and the players have the family and friends congregate.
Right.
And to tell you that the security at the building, and it's a great little building there in Duluth, Georgia.
Yeah.
It is not Atlanta. We were in Duluth.
Duluth,
just
the name you were where the name sounds like.
Yeah, Duluth. It
was also Duluth, Minnesota.
Yeah, great venue.
Right.
Great crowd, but it was more Nebraskans.
Sure.
At the match last night. And we stayed there an additional hour plus, taking pictures, signing autographs, etc.
Right.
And that was the case as well in Orlando.
Right.
So you learn how many ticket listeners we have all over the country.
Oh, yeah.
Because now they show up
everywhere.
It's a chance to actually meet us in person.
Right. Yep.
The folks here in Lincoln and Omaha get us on a regular basis. But you forget around the country, right?
Yeah, man, they spoiled. You know what I'm saying? It's just really.
They take it. Yeah, they don't take it for granted, but they listen.
They think it's a guarantee.
Well, to have people buy the tickets right behind the broadcast, so that they can be close to it.
Yeah.
They buy meals.
Yeah.
In the community, so wherever we are, they will deliver donuts and smoothies and the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So and then to have the ESPN folks, the CBS folks, all reach out and say, "Okay, thank you for setting the standard for what we're going to do going forward."
Right.
And let's be clear, I'm proud of Rico.
Right.
Right, for stepping up.
Right.
It's the same thing that we talk about with Nick. Like watching Nick grow, right?
Yeah, the maturation and the continued growth.
Right, to watch Austin, Jake Sorensen, Bach, all these folks. The same with Farley, right? Raff, that you watch the young folks, Chancellor Brewington.
Right.
And to hear people all around the country talk about, man, you know what? That Jay Foreman has really grown into this thing. Well, but to say, because here's the thing.
You gotta fake it till you make it.
Well, but here's that part, right? That listen, sitting in the state of Nebraska, in the middle of the country, we are sitting in a hub of so much talent.
Sure.
So many good people and so much talent. Think about this, that 4 years ago, all of this talent would have been in the streets.
Yeah.
All
Hopefully
of
not
this
getting in
talent.
trouble.
Think of the 30-plus student athletes. What would they be doing?
Yeah, trying to figure it out, man. I mean, I think it's like, part of like, like I was out, I did a speech yesterday in Hastings, and everybody's a ticket listener, and they were obviously commenting on how much the ticket has grown from what they remember. Everybody has revisionist history. I mean, as they should.
I've been listening for 10 years,
right?
And this
sure,
is what
right?
it was.
Like, man, amazing how things have grown. And they asked me how it happens. I said it's no different than a football team. You have to have a vision. You have to have leadership. You got to have hard work, and you got to have a little bit of opportunity and of quote unquote luck. But I view when you do hard work and do good things, you create your own luck. And so, it's no different than the Supernovas. In the whole
Supernovas, Super Bowl,
right?
Big Ten media,
right, all that stuff. And so it's just part of the process of continuing to grow, and you have to be willing to, I would say, take calculated chances, and then also the chances are less risk when you have good talent, and good talent breeds better or as good talent, and everybody continues to grow and try
We've got Jay Foreman running it, bro. What do you like that is a conversation that I had 2 days ago in Atlanta. So Griff and Big George Foster, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, man. So you just got a station in Lincoln, Nebraska with Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Eric Strickland just hanging out talking every day. And I said, no, they're setting the standard. Like them, those are the guys.
Right.
And I couldn't be more blessed. How you, brother? Good to see you, man.
Yeah,
ready to win something? What are you trying to get?
Okay. We gotta ask you, man. Do you want the 10 weeks at Farrell's? You probably want the free lunch with Bill Bush, or you want the foursome with Jay Foreman or Jay Sorensen? Yeah. Right. I hear you. Listen,
what's your handicap? Mine.
Mine. Listen, the handicap that you better have is you better be ready to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play with me, Jake's a really good golfer. I like to have fun. So if you win the foursome with me, we gotta have a blast.
Here's what I want to
bring a lot of balls, because I have a 5-second rule. From 5 seconds to where we see that ball go somewhere, we got 5 seconds to drive by, or we gone.
Yeah.
And listen, I got a little hole in my pocket though. We can shake it out.
Yeah.
I'm the best teammate to have.
He never wears tight pants around the ankle.
Negative. Yep. Hey, no joggers for me.
Any point he'll put. Hey, look at that bird over there.
Yeah.
Look at Listen, for everybody that's listening, and it's an opportunity to get down here. And again, you've got 2 hours.
Yeah.
To come down, fill out a form. Listen, if nothing else, come and say hi. Check out the folks, the new location from Midwest Bank, what they're doing with it. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody's banking situation, but when banks are growing and being fluid with the community,
sure,
for them to consider us and to have us come down here again, over the course of this hour, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to add to it.
Okay.
I think I have a Tamanaga jersey that I can add to.
Right. People better get down here, man. It's Friday. All you listeners out here, I know you guys ain't working, man. Listen. Right. Listen, I know y'all ain't working, so come on down here. I will tell you the one thing about when you walk into a bank, you want it to be a welcoming experience. And so, that's the the first impression is a lasting impression. And
come on down.
It's a beautiful day. It was a little cool this morning, obviously, before you touched that back down, DP. It obviously turned into a pretty good day. But
Atlanta was terrible weather-wise. It was terrible.
Yeah, it's hit or miss, but
it'll
probably be like 80 degrees tomorrow. But I want to ask you, DP.
Yes, sir.
since you've been on the road, to kind of pivot a little
Yes.
bit of Husker men's basketball.
Yes.
You know, obviously when you have a four-game winning streak, all four games by double-digit points, you go on the road against I wouldn't even say Ohio State's a wounded team. I think that they were shocked by their coach being fired in the middle of the season, but the new coaches obviously set a standard to where they were able to punch Purdue in the face and beat them and play good basketball. They are well aware of who Nebraska is versus playing them earlier. What was your assessment of the game? I mean, obviously Fred Hoiberg said he didn't see essentially quote unquote the eye of the tiger, the same, want to, or we used to call it GATA, if you know what that means.
Yep.
Get after that, you know what?
Yep.
How was your assessment of that game?
Okay, so in calling them wounded, I called them dangerous.
Yeah. Well, that's what look.
Right?
A dog backed into a corner.
What's the phrase? A hit dog will holler.
Uh,
A hit dog will holler.
yeah.
And Ohio State you're at that moment now where the shoe's on the other foot for Nebraska.
Yeah.
You're now the hunted.
I was just
You're
about to ask
you're
you.
now the story. You're going to get every coach who's struggling this
Is
year in
looking
the
for
Big
that.
Ten.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for them to make somebody's season miserable, to throw chaos into the Big Ten Conference tournament, to throw chaos into the seedings, and then really reassess and revalue what the Big Ten Conference means. Because all the experts say that there are only 6
Right.
Big Ten teams for the
Right.
NCAA tournament. And if you're the Big Ten, you're not happy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because Ohio State's causing a lot of problems. They're trying to sneak back up there. Maryland is playing some good basketball, and Michigan State always gets the benefit of the doubt. And then you got Northwestern, obviously Purdue, and you got Iowa and other teams like that. I think that
There's one bad team in the conference.
right
And they're dangerous.
right because they have an asterisk besides their year because their coach obviously had a heart issue, and so when you think about Michigan, they have the talent and they can always drum up, the ghost of the past of the Ramil Robinson and the Glenn Robinson or Glenn Rice and beat you. I wanted to ask, man, the difference in coaching a team, right?
Yeah.
Potentially, what's the different mindset from going, Nebraska's, I felt like always has been in the chasing position.
Uh-huh.
You lose one early or something, and then you kind of make that run like they've always had towards the end, and then try to kind of come in the back door and try to, make a tournament run, and it hadn't worked out this way. Versus now where you've been pretty consistent all year, had some huge victories, and shown some serious growth that you're on the map. Now, whether that's circumstantial because of Ohio State coaches getting fired, Iowa kind of being so-so, Wisconsin's been up and down, they're more explosive, but Nebraska was able to beat them. Talk about the difference in the coach's perspective that he's trying to kind of convey it to the players, because that is a totally, being the hunter versus the hunted is a different mindset. And if you don't really, some people welcome it, some people don't, but it's a different mindset, not alone home or away. Talk about the difference.
Well, as a coach, if you are comfortable in who your team is,
right,
you simply honor the day. Like, Jay, it's just another day's work.
Yeah, another day to get
another
better.
day. Hey, another day's work, another day's pay.
Yeah.
If you're not sure, or you think they're still underachieving,
right,
you can keep coaching, and then what happens is either you stub your toe and get tired of stubbing your toe,
right,
and get right, or you pay attention to stubbing the toe,
right,
and you stay injured and you don't produce.
right.
If I'm Fred, I'm pretty sure the things that he's been saying to this roster, he's been saying all along.
Right.
Here are the priorities. Here are the
don't
rules
change.
of play.
Yeah, that never changes.
Right.
This another day.
But what he needs now is somebody to take the reins, especially in the dark corners, right? Which is the locker room, the classroom, the dormitory, and in the car.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 corners for March.
Yeah.
If you're a team that wants to play in March and want to do well in March,
Yeah.
you're seeing it down at PBA.
Right.
They're all talented teams with
Oh, for
gifted
sure.
coaches.
Right.
But what happens is you don't know who listened until it shows up on the
Yeah.
court.
Yeah. Well, it's the old thing. Did you hear me or were you listening?
Right.
And, and that is huge because and that's just life. We've been talking about DP while you've been gone, how sports is just kind of like it's just a relation. Sports is a relationship. You got to be, when you are playing a sport, you are in a relationship with that sport. So whether you give your all that day, that's no different than do you give your all to a relationship. And sometimes you can take it for granted. Sometimes you can listen to outside noise. And so it could be an example of this, right? So like you sitting up here, you're it might not be going the way you want it, but it's going at a steady pace or a decent pace to where the fruits of your labor is coming. Mm-hmm. But then if you start listening to outside noise, Uncle Jimmy, Ronnie, Ricky, and Mike,
that boy
what
good.
I mean?
That boy good.
Right. Or your coach ain't playing you enough, you need to get yours, or you don't trust so and so, this, and this. Well, then you get off track. And then it's a short-sighted because it might work for, that mindset might work for a game. But long term, you will paralyze yourself and then end up hurting yourself and the team. And then you will have what the worst thing is, right? The pain of regret is something that lasts a lifetime.
Preach it.
Because
Preach
it. And it's no different in, everything. If you do something and then it hits you in the face, and then you might be either too far down the road or you might not get that opportunity with that sport again or that situation again, then you will always be wondering what if. When people say, when you hear them retire, right? And you see, obviously with the Ray Lewis and Peyton, says, I given everything that I can, and I can walk away with no qualms.
Empty tank,
scars, right? I gave it every
bruises.
day.
Yep.
And I accept all the good, the bad, and the ugly go with it. That's how you see people just, okay, whatever. The guys that generally might struggle are the ones that, what if? What if I would have dedicated myself another 2 months? Or you get what I mean? Or if I would have made a sacrifice, if I would have stayed focused. And that's where this team has to do. And you talk about who's going to in the dark corners. At this point in time in this season, right? There's 4 parts to a season, to me, regular season. The beginning, when it's nostalgia. Everybody's excited. Let's go show off what we can do, right? It's a silly season. Let's get through this without, dookying down our leg.
Yep.
Then you have the start to the real season, which is the Big Ten. But let's get off to a good start. Let's establish ourselves. Then you hit that middle part.
Friction.
Right? It's the middle part where
Friction.
you've been doing well, but then it's like, Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, and it's like, gets dark early. And your games might be spread out, so you're off rhythm.
Dark gyms.
Right.
Half empty gyms.
Right. You got, when you're used to getting on the plane to go to play wherever earlier in the season, instead of now you got to wear a coat, boots, and all that. And it's just different, right? School work is a little bit harder. And that's where you have to really, what I always like to say, hold your head above water, right? And find something positive to come out of, because you might lose an odd game where you're just off. And then you have to find something to hang your hat on to finish strong. How do you finish strong? That's where you would like. And I remember I was listening to Dallas Turner at the Combine. We're going to ask him. We're going to talk about that next, the NFL Combine. And he talked about the difference between Nick Saban when he first got to Alabama and won a national championship. He saw the difference was he put more onus on the players to be a player-led team right from the beginning. And reason why Nick Saban did that, and that's why you saw Alabama make that turnaround this year and get possibly almost to the championship game, is that when you have somebody invested, the outside noise cannot affect them. And they need DP, because I'm coming to you as a peer and not a superior, and that's why we're going through it together.
It's 2 sides to it. It's the old love print thing that I use in coaching is that, listen, everybody says they want to win.
Sure.
Right?
It's easy to say it.
It's easy to say it. Greatness happens when you also work like you love it.
Right.
Like, you can't tell me that you love basketball if you just like playing but you don't like working it.
Right.
You can't tell me that you love winning if you just enjoy winning riding along.
Or you like beating them on Willie Lump Lump.
Well,
you gotta like winning when you really earn it, because that's what's special.
But you can say that love isn't defined until it gets hard.
Well, listen.
Right. Like
Listen,
right?
Everybody likes to play football when I'm coming out making tackles and everything's good. Not a lot of people like to play football
when Willie Rowe show up.
When Will Shields, listen, when you in Kansas City and it's 95 degrees, and Will Shields, Willie Rowe, and and Brian Waters who
leaning on.
Listen, Brian Waters was that dude.
Yeah.
And you got Priest Holmes and they coming, and Chief Kingdom. A lot of people don't like that, and you can't get yourself.
You
love
like it, you don't love it. You don't love it.
They
you
don't like
love
either
it.
because listen, Will Shields was coming.
But here's what the Huskers basketball team's dealing with. You had to get out of the perception and the belief and the vacuum that you weren't a good program and you weren't good players.
Yeah.
So you fought like crazy to get out of that.
Yeah.
Then it was, hey, can we win? Can we win?
Yeah.
Then it's not only
Consistently.
can we, because if we can win, now we can compete with Purdue.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Let's see if we can beat Purdue.
Yeah.
Well, beat Purdue. Are you done?
Yeah. That's the
Are
point.
you done?
See,
or
listen,
do you reestablish what the next thing
I was
is?
talking last night to the team. I said, listen, when you go to college, here's the problem. You work your tail off from when you're a fourth grade and you talk about basketball and all this, and you go through high school and you get here. And then what, you want to just chill? You made it this far, then you okay with being, this is when you need to really crank it up. And that's where Nebraska's at. And I think they'll get through it. And I think the Ohio State game was actually a sneaky good loss. Here's why. I figured you're playing a team that actually had the talent and the camaraderie to play good. Because people don't realize this. They won one of those like early Christmas tournaments, when they go to the Bahamas. Ohio State won it, beat some good competition. So they're a good team. But then also Nebraska played at a pace and a rate in an execution that normally would get them over the hump. You're playing against a hard team. But now I think the reality set in after they got through getting the road win and all that, then also going on the road and playing well enough to sometimes win, 6 out of times to win, is the difference of reaching your goal, right? The 20 wins and getting respect both locally, which is Big Ten, and nationally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it nationally, the new like upstarts.
Yep.
That's dealing with, okay, we got here. Don't just be happy with getting here. Now it's time to do more. And I always say this. People say, oh, I want to prove my haters wrong. No, prove yourself right.
I don't think that they know, because the hate was self-hate.
Well, the hate,
right?
was just, here, come to Nebraska, you stink.
Yeah,
right.
Like it's a thing. No expectation. The eyes on it were always skeptical anyway.
Right.
Right? And then you figure out that you can be good. They have to make a decision. You've got 2 games to do so.
Right.
And based on Nebraska fans, you would say that you wouldn't be surprised if they won both games or lost both games, which is frustrating because you've checked a lot of boxes. You know, before the season starts, right?
You know what that is, DP, before we go to back? It's like the I guess the person in a relationship where, say they ask you to do 10 tasks and you do it 9 times in a row, and then 10th time you don't do it. They're like, well, you never did it. So it's a revisionist history that you filter through your mind because it's easy to be negative. It's easy to tell you, DP, you can't take your station from 1040 or to 48th and O Street to 1040 O Street and grow it to the magnitude that not only do you go to the Big Ten Media Day with a bigger and better crew, then you say, you know what, I'm going to the Super Bowl. And then we're going to be the flagship station of the Omaha Supernovas, the first women's professional volleyball league in the nation, obviously with the Omaha franchise. It's easy to say you can't, because you know what? It's actually what just people do, just getting out of bed. Just that's I'm gonna, I'm gonna buy a race. Oh man, that's never gonna work. Or this and all this other stuff. So what Nebraska has to do is be mindful of it, but then also really recognize, how did we let one possibly slip away? How can we get better? How can we not be so short-sighted? And that's a short-sighted mindset of the fan base. Yes, you could play your best game, and somebody from these other 2 teams hit you for a 40 burger.
Imagine
nothing you can
imagine
do.
This program this community, if this team, ready for this? But this is what I hope they did. They're currently, 21 wins?
Yeah.
What if this team, ready for this, wins the next 2 games? They get to 23.
Right.
They go to the Big Ten tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They win a game that they're going to be favored to win.
Right.
You're at 24. And then you sit with a ticket punched to another game of the Big Ten tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And a ticket punched to the NCAA tournament,
right.
where you might be favored in that one.
Right, yeah. And be
Imagine changing the program with 25 wins
Right.
sitting next to the end.
And that's the thing is, I always say, coach of basketball, do not clock watch. Finish.
Oh, my goodness.
Finish.
One game at it. Look, just go 1-0.
Just one possession at a time.
Coach Bird
Yeah.
was on the ticket from the Supernova. Go 1-0.
Yeah.
If Nebraska manages to pull out 4 wins in the next 6 games, you have forever changed this program, and that should be the target.
Yeah, man. Good first segment. Again, we're live out here at Midwest Bank Grand Open Celebration at 70th and Pioneers. Also, they have another location at 27th and Jamie Lane in South Lincoln. We're going to hit a quick break, come back, tell you about, again, all the huge prize opportunities. You just got to stop by. But this is Old School. Jay Foreman and DP. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and Jay. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Now, to tie it back to Nebraska men's basketball, this group has a chance to do something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
You know, in making a run in the Big Ten tournament, a serious run, in winning the first NCAA tournament game, but they're not going to get there by doing the same things they've always done. It is on this team to step up and change that narrative. It won't change on its own. Teams won't lay over for you, and that's the mindset shift we haven't consistently seen yet.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back.
Trips another one.
Welcome back, Jay Foreman, DP, old school. We are live out here at Midwest Bank 70th and Pioneers grand opening celebration. Huge prize opportunities. If you come down here, you just got to show up. So
Do you see the big blue sign?
Yeah, and also you got to you can register to win a $500 gift card to Hy-Vee, and you got to scan in to win.
So there are people driving around Lincoln.
Yeah,
and there is a $500 gift card.
Yeah.
In the lurch.
Yeah, man.
If you get here by 6 o'clock.
That's a whole 2 months worth of groceries.
Hey, man. It's 2 months.
Hey, we're gonna be balling on a budget on $500 at Hy-Vee.
Steaks for everybody.
Hey, we're gonna hit it up big with the first night. Then after that, we eat ramen noodles. But man, if you come down here, you got a chance to register to win the $500 gift card to Hy-Vee. You can get in.
Fantastic.
Now you have to show up.
Fantastic.
You put your name in there. There's going to be a drawing. You get a golf foursome outing. There's 4 different ones. Golf foursome outing with Jay Foreman, myself. Golf foursome outing with Jake Sorensen.
Okay.
Which Jake's a really good golfer. I have a good time. Then also you can get a free 10-week challenge at Farrell's.
See, okay, so let me add something to this.
All right.
Because you know I'm an add to guy.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So for all the folks,
look, he's waiting till you say it.
All the folks. Well, here's the thing, Jake Sorensen. I know you hear this. Okay, so here's what I want to add to the pool, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. But there are a lot of Midwest Bank and folks here, right? What if we set aside a raffle just for Midwest Bank people?
Yeah, Jake.
Well, let them play golf with you and Jay and other assorted ticket folks. But they get so whoever wins it. So let's give away 2 foursomes just for Midwest Bank folks. And then
you gotta get a separate bowl, probably.
Right? Well, they can just come up, put it in a hat, right? Yeah. There's your hat. We can put the Midwest Bank folks' names in here, so they get it. Either that, or maybe in like an autographed Jay Foreman jersey, right? Something. Let's add, because the Midwest Bank folks are here, so we want to take care of that. But I think the folks outside, we will add a Keisei Tamanaga jersey. I've got it at the station. I will throw that one in the pool as well.
All right, so we're going to double back and we're going to start all the way over here, right?
Let's
do
that.
A regular golf foursome with Jay Foreman.
Uh-huh.
A regular golf foursome with Jake Sorensen.
Yes, sir.
We have a free 10-week challenge at Farrell's. A free lunch with the storyteller extraordinaire Bill Bush.
Lincoln's most interesting man. A
chance to win a Keisei Tamanaga signed jersey.
There we go.
And then also for the Midwest Bank employees, they get 2 foursomes separate to play with ticket personalities.
Does Steve Schindler get 2 entries?
Hold on, and then
Does Steve get two?
Anytime I see him print the legendary,
The
you probably
legendary.
get as many entries as you want.
Right? Like
Yeah.
he's carte blanche. Does he want one? Steve, do you want one entry or two for the ability to play
Look,
play
quick.
golf with Jay
He just said
Foreman?
two.
Yeah, he said two. Look, he
Yeah,
tried to hide it
he
so
just said-
nobody else here could see it.
He should have just said, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, but I think the Midwest Bank folks deserve their own.
Right.
Right? And I want them to get something from it for what they do.
Sure. Yeah.
So we will add a foursome
Yeah. Jake's finding
for
the
somebody
hat,
just from Midwest
Yeah,
Bank.
well, Jake's finding a hat. And,
Like just for the folks here. So somebody has to organize, like get everybody's name on a piece of paper, keep it separate from the main draw, and we'll draw that later as well.
yeah,
I think
Jake-
that'll
Jake
be
knows
pretty
what it is.
cool.
But DP, man, we got about 8 minutes here. I want to ask you, man, the combine has started.
Yes, sir.
And whether from Caleb Williams, Maserati, Marv Harrison. Caleb Williams said this. He's very interested. He said he's not taking any physical.
Right.
He's obviously not working out. And he's only doing an interview with the Chicago Bears.
He's not doing any team workouts.
Well, he's not doing anything.
Well, he's working.
No, I'm talking about he's not doing anything for the league.
Right.
And I think I wanted to ask you about his reasoning. And Marvin Harrison went along with this too. And I think
Yes.
this might be something.
It's new.
And for him, Marvin Harrison, he's like, he's not going to run a 40 and all that stuff. He's just working on his craft, right? Is the change in mindset of these guys of being, and now you have to be in a position now,
yes,
to dictate what you're going to do, but it's also putting pressure back on the scouts, GMs, area scouts, and all that stuff to really actually watch the tape and not get enamored with, oh, your tape has been average for the last 3 or 4 years. How many excuses can we come up with because you ran a good 40? Talk about the shift in that, and it's actually might be somewhat refreshing because actually you're getting guys wanting to play football. Like, watch me play football. Caleb Williams says, listen, I don't have it. I'm not taking a medical. I don't have any injury history. I haven't missed the practice. I haven't missed the game. I haven't been on the injury report, right? So why don't you just watch my tape? Focus on the tape versus trying to sit there and pick and prod me, and then I have another injury because you were pulling on my shoulder too much.
Well, I mean, that's really refreshing in the thought that what he's done to this point has already proven who he is and why
At two
he's
blue
in the
blood
conversation,
places.
right?
Yeah.
In the conversation already. So
Yeah.
we understand that. Then it opens the door for the next group, right? Because this is not new in its entirety.
No.
We can go back to John Elway. We can go
Yeah.
back
To
to
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning.
Yeah.
We can go back
To
in the
different
day
guys. Right.
to different guys who made the statement and
Right.
who have changed it
Right.
for the better.
Right.
But what it does in clarity for whoever's involved is it lets Jay Foreman know whether this is a dude that Jay Foreman wants to deal with in
Yeah.
his position
Right.
of power and authority.
Right, because you got to understand that it isn't just going to stop there because of the draft. What he's doing, he's setting the precedent of who who he is, and who he will be moving forward. I think also with the two guys that we talked about, Marvin Harrison and Caleb Williams, were obviously going to be drafted most likely to Chicago, and it says most likely Marvin Harrison to the Arizona
He
Cardinals.
just wrote the winner on his pad.
I
He
know.
just said, just
But
announce the winner.
But the best thing he did,
Yeah.
is he studied which one he wanted. My man, he did. His wife is over. She knows the process. My man evaluated everything, and he knows exactly what he wants.
Well,
when he-
here's what I'm willing to bet. She's going to decide what they want. Yeah, like it's going to be a thing. Like if it's first
you got a
choice,
free of charge
right? Like,
consulting engineer, right?
like
Yeah.
we'll figure that. Yeah, I think all of it.
But I wanted to ask you, DP.
Go ahead.
The fact that they most likely, as if the draft was today, they'd
Yeah.
be going to those two franchises.
Yes.
Do you think that's the reason they took this stance? Because it's two franchises that have had a history, especially at the quarterback position with
Yes.
Chicago, of ruining careers. And no matter what people say about Justin Fields, quarterbacks know if you're good or not. And also it's known that Justin Fields hasn't had the opportunity to be successful. And here you are wanting me to come here, and possibly they could be teammates because Chicago could draft up.
So
or trade up
in
as well.
Washington and Chicago, first of all, Washington's had 16 quarterbacks in the last since 2019.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
16. They should be banned from taking a quarterback.
But
look, you're not good at it. That's
Right.
why you're the number
right.
2 pick. Is that you've had
You were
several.
constantly top 10.
You
Yeah.
are what Charles said. Terrible.
Right.
You
Well,
are
hey, look, if they had the NBA lottery, you were constantly San Antonio winning it.
right.
I think though, where the difference between Chicago and Washington is, Washington over their history have had Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yes.
Chicago, you got to think Chicago, one of the original teams. You know, they have not had a legitimate quarterback ever.
Are you telling me that Mr. Walsh was not? Are you telling me that
I'm telling
that
I'm
Fuller,
telling you, Mike
Fuller,
Tomzak was not a generational quarterback.
Bobby Joe Douglas.
I'm not telling you. I'm telling you also, Rex
Famer.
Grossman was not very good. I'm telling you
That
also,
Vince Evans in his prime.
Now, I think Vince Evans was probably one of your better ones. And I'm also going to tell you, Kyle Orton wasn't the savior.
He was not.
And but I just think that
Mitch
I
Trubisky
think these,
was not
I
the
think
answer.
these guys were. I think especially for Caleb Williams, reluctantly went in the draft.
Yeah.
Right. He did. Imagine this. He reluctantly went in the draft
That's
because
gonna pay
of the
him.
assumption that he was going to Chicago Bears.
But
Just
that will
imagine
pay
that.
him reluctant. You can't say reluctant
Well,
and he's going to make $30 million.
I know, but DP, he was trying to get 20 for college so he could go somewhere else
Yeah.
the next year.
Here's what I would say to this, and this was it struck me this week. First of all, if either of these teams want to tell me that they're going to fix what's wrong, neither of them take a quarterback.
Right.
That's
They need it. Well,
you want me to buy in?
Yeah.
Draft a go get a silverback.
Well, draft it.
Or go get a Greyhound. Go get Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
Go get me, or trade down. Let somebody else come up and make the move. But give me these big thumpers.
Yeah. Some D
Tell me that Chicago and Washington decide to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's when we said, even from a Nebraska sake, you can go and get Raiola, but you better have some thumpers
Supporting
up there to
cast,
protect him.
Yeah.
And you better get some elite.
Some guys that can play pitch and catch is huge. You gotta walk before you run. It's just like the basketball team. You gotta get some shot makers. I mean, heck, for how long did we wish free throws were a priority, right?
Yeah.
And so now we hit free throws. And so, you know, the NBA or NFL Combine, is always interesting because as much as the teams try to play everything close to the vest, right? So here's the thing. The funny thing about teams, right? So once you're out of the playoffs or don't make the playoffs, they try to play everything close to the vest. But as soon as they at the combine, they tell you what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they have to have that conversation.
Well, they have to have conversations.
And
then
it puts them behind. It puts them actually behind. These two organizations are so bad at it that they cost themselves money by being 1 and 2 in the pick.
Right.
Because anybody else would say, hey, we're gonna draft you. Everybody wants to be number one.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be number 1 and number 2. And here you are having best players in the country say that, no, we don't want to play for you.
And the best thing about it is the Chicago GM pretty much told you they're going to trade Justin Fields.
Which I don't understand.
Well,
I don't understand.
Well, because the reason why you don't understand it, because in order for them to do right, they would have to admit some wrong. What would they rather do? Just start over?
Well, it's the people in positions of power, and that's what happens.
Well, they keep the jobs, they keep the paycheck. Now it's also easier to go draft another rookie quarterback and say, you know what, I need a couple more years.
Okay, let's just start a
break.
time. No, let me give it. Let me.
I know
it's a 40-second race. Listen.
Okay,
this is
let's see
spectacular.
right here. I'm going to put the timer on.
This is spectacular. Give me 40 seconds.
I'm going to give you.
This is so brilliant.
I'm going to give you 44 seconds. Right.
Okay,
now.
44
Ready?
seconds. Okay, so we're going to start at Jim McMahon.
Set, go.
Go. So we're going to start at Jim McMahon. No, we're going to start at Jack Concannon. Go back to Virgil Carter. We're going to go to Kent Nix. We're going to go to Gary Huff. We're going to go to Bob Avellini. Bob Avellini, who ran it for 5 years. Mike Phipps, Vince Evans, Bob Avellini in the same team, same huddle. Spectacular. Then they made the move. They get Jim McMahon. They follow McMahon with Fuller. Rusty Lish was on the list.
10
Greg,
seconds.
Greg Landry, who was older than I am today and still playing in the league. Peter Tom Willis.
Oh,
Peter Tom Willis. Eric Kramer. And Moses Moreno.
Yes.
They should never be allowed to pick a quarterback ever
I gave
again.
you 6 extra seconds. That many quarterbacks. And what year did you stop at?
2005.
Yeah. 20 years ago. You guys still got 20 years ago. Chicago Bears, Chicago Bears. Good segment there. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to finish off this first hour here.
Good
We're out
heavens.
live. Midwest Bank grand opening celebration, 70th and Pioneers. You got an hour and 15 minutes to get here. We're going to recap everything you possibly could get getting into the drawing. Jay Foreman, DP, Old School. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a few clouds this morning, becoming mainly sunny this afternoon. We'll be breezy. We'll see a high around 64. Tonight, mainly clear skies with a low near 35. And tomorrow, sunshine returns with a light breeze, but it will be warm. We'll see a high around 74. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, old school. We are out here live at Midwest Bank 70th and Pioneers, the grand opening celebration. Free food and drinks from 4 to 6 p.m. It's their second location, along with the original location at 27th and Jamie Lane in South Lincoln. Ton of prizes. Come down. All you have to do is sign up. You're going to probably win something. You can have a golf foursome with Jay Foreman, myself, Jake Sorensen, 10-week challenge at Farrell's. There's a chance to get a Keisei Tamanaga jersey signed. Free lunch with the storyteller extraordinaire, Bill Bush. Steve Schindler's down here. And then also we did something pretty cool for the Midwest Bank employees. They're able to get into their own raffle and possibly win a foursome with a couple tickets.
Everybody that comes through is getting a ticket T-shirt. So
yes,
for
ticket
all the
T-shirts
folks that do not have your ticket T-shirt,
right?
Today you have an hour and 7 minutes to get down here, and you'll get your. If nothing else, you'll get something to drink.
Yeah,
and
the food and the food is hitting too. So you know the thing is, you got to hurry up down here. Plus, it's a great. It seems like the amount of people in here is like tripled in a matter of like one segment, and the last segment was about 7 minutes. So we got Farrell's in here. Bill Bush just got here. Jake Sorensen is here. Obviously, myself and DP here. The end of the last segment of Austin, if you're back there, you need to clip that because in a matter of 50 seconds, DP went through the plethora of Chicago Bears quarterbacks that stopped at 2005. We won't give you guys the headache and the heartache of going from 2005 to present. But, needless to say, the NFL Combine is going on now. Which is the start of the NFL season for 2024. They had a couple players get released. The Russell Wilson situation, supposedly, according to Sean Payton, is going to be decided in 2 weeks. It's done. They're trying to find somebody dumb enough to take on the contract. But, DP, I wanted to ask you, McCole Hardman came out. Obviously, he was a Super Bowl champion previous with the Chiefs. Won a Super Bowl championship, got a decent contract with the Jets, got there, and just kind of got caught up in the Aaron Rodgers buddy system wash, not getting a chance to play. Middle of the season, the Chiefs, he was maybe a little disgruntled. He gets traded back to the Chiefs. Obviously, he catches the game-winning touchdown. And he came out, and they asked the difference. And the Chiefs and Andy Reid are very detailed, and everybody's there to all about winning. He tried to give some championship suggestions. People at the Jets told him to fly a kite. Now, all of a sudden, it comes out, which he'd been gone for 10 weeks during the season and another 2 months, obviously, going through the playoffs. All of a sudden now it's leaked that he gave the game plan away to the Eagles and the Jets. I mean, is this the New York Jets thing to do? Because that type of thing can get you banished out of a locker room. You're attacking a man's integrity, which is way beyond his playing ability, because now it makes that you can't be trusted as a teammate.
Comfortable movement,
right?
Where the people that know you understand how you move and what you accomplish while you're moving,
right?
And then there's uncomfortable movement,
right?
Where paid professionals recognize that in the space that you're in, there is an unnatural movement,
right?
All of this is bad,
right?
And the fact that it's in play And you just exposed it to the powers.
Right. To the whole league.
And remember this thing that you told me, Jay Foreman. Protect the shield.
Yes.
At all costs.
Yeah.
This will get uglier.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. Whoever supposedly leaked it, the Jets have had a series of leaks where Robert Saleh and those guys had discussions about Zach Wilson. There was a player or a media or like somebody in the building leaked that to the media. There was the Aaron Rodgers situation where he said he had rats in the locker. They've had some issues there with this type of stuff. But I think this is probably the bigger one, right? Because the normal leaks happen. There's always leaks. This one's bigger because you are questioning his integrity in the game long term. And it potentially could be a blackmail thing. You could be blacklisted from the league of this. And I always feel like most NFL teams, especially right now, there's a line you don't cross.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Jets. Yeah. Everybody knows Aaron Rodgers is running things over there. Just come to terms with it. But now you want to turn around because somebody said the known and get upset. Now you're trying to say he gave away your game plan. And actually, the funny thing about it, went and looked back. Zach Wilson played his best game against the Chiefs. So he couldn't have given away the game plan because Zach Wilson was balling.
Everybody involved, everybody in the circle of trust is under watch.
Yeah.
And it would be somebody that you don't expect.
Right. Oh, for sure. I mean, no, the usual suspect isn't it, but I just think, if I'm McCole Hardman, I'm out in front of this, and you could probably guess 2 or 3 guys that are doing it, and I can almost guess who did it.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how he gets out front of it because apparently that's how he's making his living. It's like the assistant coach from Michigan.
Right.
It's what you were brought in for.
Right.
And the people who brought you in either had to explain why you were being brought in or lied about why you were being brought in.
Right.
Either way, they're going to identify why you were brought in.
Right. Yeah. And sometimes the reality hurts and it sucks. And being petty and crossing the line, I think is different. Right. And if you want to go back and jab each other and look, he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He's more successful than everybody in that building. You guys, signed a big free agent and traded for him so late, and he played 2 plays. So, to risk somebody's career based on everybody saying the obvious actually makes what Hardman said about Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers. Because, listen, think whatever you want about Aaron Rodgers. He's his own man. He can have his own opinions. But if you don't think Aaron Rodgers is tied to this, if you don't think that all of a sudden all the leaks and stuff for a 4-13 team or whatever the record is started to ramp up since Aaron Rodgers get there, you're sorely mistaken because considering that he's on the TV show every week and getting paid handsomely, you know exactly where it comes from.
He's the GPS right now.
Yeah. So anyways, good first hour. We are live. You have 1 hour and 1 minute. Again, to send you off, we are live at Midwest Bank, 70th and Pioneers grand opening celebration. Second location at 27th and Jamie Lane. Plenty of prizes. I'm going to step away, head down to PBA. Jake Sorensen is going to take over, but we're old school. Jay Foreman, DP. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a 1-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we have some really big savings for you right now. Our new crossover sale is underway. New Terrains, Equinoxes, and Trailblazers starting at $23,290. That's right, $23,290. Also, we've continued our huge Sierra and Silverado truck sale with over $10,000 off new pickups. You heard right, over $10,000 off list. Koppel truly has a small town feel with big city deals. We're right down 144th Street or at KoppelCars.com. Stock numbers G260980 and C119824.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
The Stars' next home game is coming up on Friday, March 1st, when they host the Tri-City Storm at 7:05 at the Ice Box. It's $2 night with Busch Light and PBR cans available for only a couple of bucks. It's also Hockey Fights Cancer Night, and the Stars will be wearing specialty jerseys that will be auctioned off after the game. Secure your seats now at LincolnStars.com or by calling 402-474-7827.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
5 o'clock hour on a Friday. DP next to me, Jake Sorensen. stepping in for the Hall of Famer Jay Foreman, who's going to go off and prepare for more state basketball down at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We're live from Midwest Bank, 70th Pioneer. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. You have opportunities. Jake Sorensen, if you would, let's go through the prizes that are up for raffle.
Well, here's what we got.
Uh-huh.
So we have a golf foursome outing with Jay Foreman.
Okay.
He might be, Jay likes to hide. He's actually a really good golfer.
Uh-huh.
I would say he's about a 5 to 6 handicap, and he could be better than that too.
Uh-huh.
You can play golf with me. You can get a free 10-week challenge to Farrell's. I saw Jeff in the building. He's been here. I think he's still here. He's still here.
He's here.
And then also free lunch with Bill Bush.
So those are some winnables. We added a K-State Tamanaga jersey.
Oh, that's significant.
That's sitting down at the station. We will give that out as well. And I want to do this thing. Jake Sorensen, we're about to go into some deep water.
Okay.
Because breaking news tends to cause that and force that. So you folks with your text lines, 402-464-5685. I want to read this, and Austin, you've also had an opportunity to look at that. I will give Jake time to look at the actual article and the release to do that. But I will start this by reading what was actually offered. And again, without any judgment to it, but here's what it is. The headline reads, NCAA pausing NIL investigations in wake of the Tennessee case. Now, what happened in Tennessee and what happened in Virginia, there were lawsuits filed in regard to NIL.
Okay.
And it says, in the letter from NCAA President Charlie Baker, he says to the Division I Board of Directors to pause and not begin investigation involving third-party participation in NIL-related activities. The move comes a week after the federal judge granted preliminary injunction of a lawsuit brought to the attorney generals of Tennessee and Virginia. The antitrust suit challenges NCAA rules against recruiting inducements, saying they inhibit athletes' ability to cash in on their celebrity and fame. In quotes, it says there will be no penalty for conduct that occurs consistent with the injunction while the injunction is in place. Goes further, in quotes, I agree with this decision while the progress towards long-term solutions is underway. And while we await discussions with the attorneys general, in circumstances that are less than ideal, this at least gives membership notice of the board's direction related to enforcement. Now, Austin, I asked you to read into this thing. What else did you pull from said release, sir?
I pulled that it's the Wild West. Straight up, it's the Wild West. The NCAA not doing any investigations. Not that they've done a whole lot of good so far. Not that we're necessarily thrilled that the NCAA is doing them. But now, what's supposed to be the big dog on the block, the big, enforcement agency is just saying, nope, we're not doing this anymore. So that's free reign. That's license for these boosters and these collectives to basically have any conversation that they want. And again, that's being, put up to the court to decide what conversations are fair and right to have. But I also think that what I read from this DP is that the challenges that the student athletes, their lawyers are making, they're smart going at it economically, because if there's any money that the NC or any language that the NCAA speaks, it's money. So if you challenge their money, or if you challenge a law on the books by saying you are, withholding us, the opportunity to make the most of this, right? We know, American society, very capitalistic, very, at least give us a chance to earn what we're worth. Challenging the NCAA rules on that front, I think, is about the smartest way these people could have ever gone about, making these challenges and claims.
Jake Sorensen, kind sir, throwing you straight into the into the deep end, kind sir.
I'm with Austin on this. It already has been the wild, wild west. You thought they were going to be getting closer to maybe getting this more structured, and this is an indication that's not the case. So NIL truly is not getting any closer to getting resolved in terms of having a leader, somebody that is in control of it, somebody that can handle it, and I guess that's fine with me.
So
I don't know.
Let me offer this in retrospect to colleges that I'm familiar with, high schools and associations that I'm familiar with. What people in positions of authority in those situations have done is to let it burn. let it burn so that you then will listen to me in order to put the fire out.
Yep.
You still do not have the ability to pay to play. That's still being watched. If you tell a student athlete that they will get money for scoring touchdowns and rushing yards, penalty.
Yeah.
Penalty. But the third-party entities that broker these deals now have the freedom to do so with one caveat. It won't be investigated, but it will be noted.
So what does that mean then?
Don't. It's if somebody said to you, you know what, go spend your money. You don't have to worry about taxes. But we do track what you spend. We're not going to punish you with fees, but we're going to let you spend what you spend as long as we can see what you spend. We're not going to investigate what you spend. What happens, Jake, if you gave somebody a credit card and say, I'm not going to look at the credit card?
I don't like how that goes for me.
Right?
Especially when the bank says, hey,
because the
you
bank
owe a lot
comes
of money.
back and tells you what you spent and where you spent it. And if you spend it in weird ways, the new rules will come back and get you. The worst thing through all of this thing. Look, I love that on a Friday afternoon at 5. This is posted at 5:04 Eastern time. So they waited. This has been known all week. Jake Sorensen, they waited.
Well, they did the typical big
waited.
news drop on Friday
Oh,
when
man.
people are out celebrating at their Midwest Banker at
Yeah.
different bars. Yeah, they'll see it tomorrow or Monday.
Oh, my.
The big news always happens
Oh,
on Fridays at 5 o'clock.
Austin, is this not? I mean, listen, is this a good release for NIL for the student athletes, or is this a bad release for the student athletes of NIL?
I think it's generally good. Of course, the temptation is the same as it's always been, and that they make it about the NIL, right? I mean, these conversations are supposed to be a part of the recruiting weekend, but not the recruiting weekend in its totality, right? I still think that the student athletes that have their priorities straight will go to campus, will meet with their head coach, their position coach, their offensive coordinator, and enjoy the school, the visit for the right reasons. But that's where I think schools have to be judicious about that and really parsing through which student athletes are there because they want to be there and which ones are just there to get through the weekend, get to the NIL meeting. So I think it's generally a good thing for them, but I think it requires a lot more being judicious on the part of the schools and their boosters and collectives.
Jake Sorensen, what is today's date?
Today is March 1st, 2024.
What happens, give or take a week or so, in 6 weeks across the country?
In 6 weeks?
Yeah. What big event happens around the country
Well, you got March Madness.
mid to late April?
That'd be the spring game.
Oh.
The spring games all across the country. Spring games everywhere in
What
April.
happens at spring games, Jake Sorensen?
Well, a lot of things happen in spring games. There's too much to be said. Football is played, and other things happen beyond that.
I'm willing to go out on a limb, and suggest that there will be another statement come May 1st.
Probably so.
And then all of it breaks loose. I'm fascinated by all of it. It's 100% spectacular. Well done, NCAA, for just picking a Friday afternoon.
It feels like it always happens like this, though.
Drive time, hey, we're not going to do this. Jake Sorensen, we've got lots to do, and I know that we need to get Superman over here and let him sit down and let folks know what's going on here at Midwest Bank and tell some stories. So I think this will be a great time to take an early break. We'll go long.
Okay.
As he sits down, Schindler gets to
Steve Schindler,
Shin
Daddy.
a little extra time with it. But before we do that, again, a couple things, Jake Sorensen, in the beauty of all this. Explain to folks why we love being partnered with Midwest Bank.
Well, Midwest Bank is a great place. I mean, they obviously have 2 locations now in Lincoln, Nebraska. They also have the one in Creighton. And frankly, they're good people. They take care of us in many ways. They provide us different swag. They made this event happen today. they're basically Nebraska to me in a bank in terms of being local, small town oriented, and easy to get a hold of. So when you call Midwest Bank, you're not going to get put on hold basically saying, hey, we'll get you the next representative. You're going to be talking to somebody right away, whether it's here, Creighton, wherever you're talking to. They want to make sure that they treat you like you are special, because you are special at Midwest Bank.
I'll ask you this. We've offered up the foursome.
Yes.
To play. Where do you plan to execute said foursome?
Well, I'm going to go where they tell me, but the courses available are Wilderness Ridge, Hillcrest, and Firethorn, which are wonderful golf courses here in Lincoln.
Okay.
And I have played all of those, and I enjoy all of those.
Okay.
In fact, there's not a golf course I really don't like, DP. If I'm playing golf, I'm pretty much in a good mood. I could be playing the world's worst golf course that hasn't been upkept, and I'd be having a good time. But I do appreciate the ones that are like these three, which are exceptional golf courses. And I look forward to the company of whoever's going to be joining me.
Who will choose where you play?
Midwest Bank will likely choose that.
Okay.
They have memberships at all three. They will tell me where I play.
Thought so.
Well, listen, if I'm playing golf on Midwest Bank's dime, and having a good time, and hopefully showing people a good time also, then I'll play whatever they want me to play.
I'm looking forward to all of that, kind sir, to see how this plays out. I think it'll be exceptional. Again, always a joy to be out here. And the new location here at 70 and Pioneers. Let's go to break. That'll give us about 20 minutes that we can sit down and talk to Superman. We'll do that here. I'm DP. He's Jake Sorensen. Austin Orman, thank you, kind sir, for manning the ship this afternoon. And remember, after Old School, we'll go back down to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Girls State High School basketball tournament action. We'll have that for you. 2 more games tonight. All the finals all day tomorrow as well. But we're toward the break live from Midwest Bank at 70 and Pioneers. You have about 45 minutes to get here. Come, bring your fist bumps, get your pen ready, get your raffle in there, and we'll give away some goodies here on 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a few clouds this morning, becoming mainly sunny this afternoon. We'll be breezy. We'll see a high around 64. Tonight, mainly clear skies with a low near 35. And tomorrow, sunshine returns with a light breeze, but it will be warm. We'll see a high around 74. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Stop by the brand new Midwest Bank this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. for their grand opening. J&DP will be broadcasting on site for Old School, and there will be tons of prizes available for anyone who stops by, as well as complimentary food and drinks. That's this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Midwest Bank on 70th and Pioneers.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Midwest Bank, 70th and Pioneers. Again, we will be here for another 35 minutes or so. We'll do a raffle, a golf foursome outing with Jay Foreman, a golf foursome outing with Jake Sorensen, 10 weeks, free 10-week challenge at Farrell's, or free lunch with Coach Bill Bush, who also add another prize, a K-State Tominaga jersey as well. We'll raffle that as well. Coming up here in the final segment before we get out of here. And again, they've got they're giving out gift cards, a $500 gift card for at the Avail as well. Good food, good drink, good folks here in the building. Jake Sorensen is with me. Austin Orman is with us back in studio. There's the legendary, the one we speak of. I guess he's like, if you say his name 3 times, he appears. If you say Bill Bush's name 3 times, he shows up. And that's a fair thing. Couple of things in play as you go through state tournament and you go through the boys tournament next week. And I want to bring Austin into this conversation. So, Austin, if you can light up the light for me, and we'll do this really quickly. Historically, what does it mean to a program? How are you to win a state title in basketball in Lincoln, Nebraska, or state of Nebraska, but doing it recently at PBA? What does it mean historically to a program to win a state title?
For Omaha schools, it's business as usual is really what it's become. For Lincoln schools, it feels like it's been a minute, right? I feel like the balance of power has to some degree shifted slightly north, mostly east. So having never won a state title myself, not that I look back then you regret or anything, only every day. No, I'm kidding.
My bad.
It's okay. So I can't speak from personal experience, but it means everything, I would assume, for all that hard work over 30-some games to play the best of the best, especially as we see most of the teams that win titles, at least the last few years in basketball and football, DP, they've been the best teams wire to wire. It's one thing to get hot and go on like a 2007 Giants run, or a 2014 Royals or Giants run from wild card game to the World Series. But most of the teams we see, especially in basketball and football, volleyball to some degree recently as well, these are teams, DP, that winning the state title is a validation of their whole season. They didn't just get hot, but all the work they put in to dominate their class throughout the season, to pay it off with a state title, that's just the ultimate, kind of cherry on top of the sundae at the end.
That's the exact response I was looking for. Even in business, like I get full understanding that nothing great happens without full plan, full preparation, right team, right time, and then somebody to kind of lead the way and keep things in order and on time. Jake Sorensen, sitting between us, is somebody that facilitates that for Midwest Bank. And listen, when you open a new facility and you have the opportunity to gather your people and have them all in the same room, and then you start to recognize that, you know what, Steve, you've engineered something really cool here. And it's really cool to watch. Let's welcome Steve Schindler from Midwest Bank to Old School. Kind sir, first of all, thank you. Look, it's good to meet the live version. I've had several conversations with the cardboard here at the station. Now we actually get to meet face to face.
Oh well, thank you very much for those kind words. My wife, I think, would prefer the cardboard cutout sometimes.
Well, Shin Daddy, as we call him on early break, is is an absolute legend because Bill Bush has told us about all these different things that he does in Creighton, Nebraska, and now we're here in Lincoln. We got this new location at 70th and Pioneers, and Bill is leaving right now, by the way. So, but you've been around Midwest Bank for a long time.
Yes, I spent about 6 years as a bank examiner, and then about the next 35 as executive vice president, janitor, and maintenance.
Everything
in Creighton.
Everything.
And I love Creighton, but I love the employees at all the locations. I have had the pleasure of going to all of the locations and meeting the people on their grounds a lot of times. And outside of one, West Bank hires great people, one being me.
Yeah, well, come on, Steve, you're the man. You're the myth, the legend behind the legend of Midwest Bank. And again, we know about all the stuff in Creighton with the rotisserie chicken and, all the stuff up there. I mean, there's a cigar lounge up there, DP. I mean, in terms of what goes through Bill's brain and through these ideas every day, Steve Schindler is the face of the bank. It's a big obligation to be the face of something. DP, this man is the face of the bank.
I would know none of what you speak.
Wouldn't you?
I would know none of what you speak. I need to ask this question for the folks that are listening. To me, if you want to get to somebody's core, ask them why. But not why they do it, but why Midwest Bank? If you're listening to this and you're in the business, everybody's in the business. Why Midwest Bank?
That's a fair question, as to why do I think Midwest Bank is the place to be? And I used to be a bank examiner. I went into a lot of different banks. Brad Coyne and I both were bank examiners. We saw a lot of ways to do banking, and personal banking in the city, personal banking in the rural settings, personal banking everywhere was really important to us. We felt that helping people is what we want to do. We want to do it with integrity. We want to do it with the top technology available. And when I see people with this funny M on our shirts, I know they're good people because we hire people from the local area, the best and the brightest young people. We pilfer great people that we see in other businesses. I know that if they have this funny logo on their shirt, that they're gonna be top-notch people and good people to work with. Work around.
I'm gonna do something real quick. We're gonna switch.
Yeah, we're working with the new device here, so we're trying to get the pot system working here. But we're joined by Steve Schindler, the legendary banker from Creighton, Nebraska. We're live here at the new Midwest Bank at 70th and Pioneers here in Lincoln. Second location, 27th and Jamie Lane, the other one. But again, it's been a fun first day here. Yet it's the first full week of operations, the grand opening tonight. But Steve Schindler, of course, the legend behind the hour or two of early break in the morning. But as you were saying, there's nothing weird about that logo. The logo looks fine to me. The logo is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's not funny. Looks good, DP, right? It's not funny.
I'm on it. I've got a hoodie.
It looks good.
I would have never said it looked funny.
Hoodie.
It's a hoodie. We had a custom one made in a hat.
Oh,
that's right. Brad brought down some goodies to us about a few months ago, and Midwest Bank. We got I have a hoodie. Bill has a hoodie. Sip has a hoodie, and DP
Steve
has a hoodie.
doesn't have a hoodie.
Well, we got
Shin
Daddy doesn't have a hoodie. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, you got to fix that.
We got to fix this in a heartbeat.
You got to fix that. As a matter of fact, we have to send him some ticket gear.
We'll do that for sure.
So I mean, we have to take another picture for the card.
We got to do that.
I hope Bob Cooper isn't listening and Robin, the chairman of the board.
Why is that?
Because I was going to say I send you guys swag whenever I can.
See, but it's your swag. It makes sense. A couple of things that we notice about folks in the room, and you're talking about the people of Midwest Bank. The biggest thing for me is when you say that everybody here that works for Midwest Bank is good people. Define that for me. Who is the worker of Midwest Bank?
Funny you should say that. I was on one of those hospital. Let's get a motto. Let's get a logo. Everything for a hospital one time, and they said we want to treat people great. We want to do the right thing. We want to help people, and every bank will tell you that.
Yeah,
every bank will tell you that. But like I said, I went through hundreds of banks when I was a bank examiner, and I've yet to ever see one that matches the personality and the integrity. And we bar no expense for our employees to have the best equipment available. You know what equipment is like.
Sure.
They make sure we have the proper tools, beautiful buildings to attract people, and smart people to help our customers. And I truly believe that. I wouldn't have stayed for 30 some years, and the first 10 were under a different bank name, but I've been with these guys for 25 years now, and I truly can say that you'll enjoy banking at Midwest Bank.
Well, this space that we're in right now, it can just open up Monday. It's beautiful. We talked about in the show the stone outside. It's a gorgeous facility. It's something
functional. It's not lavish.
It's not lavish, but it's beautiful though. It's something where it's simple, but it's sweet though, right? Isn't that what you want to be as a bank? And that's what you guys are inside also.
True, very true.
But what's next?
Good point.
What's next with it? I mean, if there has to be vision behind creating this sort of space, inviting people into it, and then having some idea about what you want to offer them that is so unique and so worthy of building this palatial place for folks to come in and do business. What's next? In your mind, what do you want to happen here?
What I would like to see happen here is this part of the city to visit with the help here and find out what I'm saying, that these people are genuine, they can help you. Sometimes you don't know if you have a problem until you've talked to somebody, or I've always, my biggest motto is you don't have a problem unless you have a solution. And so don't complain about something unless you, and you can't do that at the largest of banks. I mean, there's great people. I know great people at Wells Fargo, everywhere. They have great people too, but it is very hard for them to listen to your problem and come up with a solution immediately or with the assistance of somebody at the top within a time frame that is beneficial for you.
You've built up, I mean, just the vibe in the room of people that get along.
Yeah.
Which is so rare. Listen, one of the joys of the ticket is that we've accumulated a group of talent that actually like each other.
Yeah.
And because of it, it shows up in the work. And it never seems like work because everybody's there, they've got a task, the mission, but everybody here and the way they're engaging each other, that's a huge win. Like, I don't know if that was on purpose, but my goodness, that's what's been achieved. And this is a new branch in day one, but well done.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well done. I think we should do it. Let's use Steve's hand.
Okay.
To pick the win.
Well, let me put a couple of these.
Listen. Yeah. You see, you watch this guy now.
There we go.
Watch this guy. He's
right.
putting some last ones in, and
Well, you got to make sure that everybody gets involved here, you know.
Stir it up. Now, Steve, we'll let you determine who the winners are, what they get from it.
Yes. So here's what they get. Here's they get either a golf foursome with Jay Foreman, okay, former Husker Jay Foreman, for a golf outing with me, a 10-week challenge to Farrell's, or a free lunch with the guy you know pretty well, Bill Bush.
Awesome. Free lunch where?
That's that's for Midwest Bank to decide. We'll talk to Brad and Brian
He
about
might
that.
bring his mom in to
He
make
could. He could. So
let's give that one away first.
okay.
Okay.
So the first name that we draw,
a lunch with Bill.
We'll get a lunch with Coach Bill Bush.
Let's see. Looks like Jamie Mather. Jamie Mather, right here. You get a lunch with Bill. Congratulations, Jamie. We'll write that. We'll get that information for you there.
Hold on. There you go.
Yeah.
You don't want my
All right.
penmanship
There you
on.
go.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, to get that in. I think the next one, let's give away. They'll have to come to the station to pick it up. But I've got a K-State Tominaga jersey for them to wear during March Madness.
Yeah.
Right?
Tominaga.
Yeah.
You kind of want that one yourself, don't
God,
you?
I wish
Steve?
I'd have put my.
You should have put your name in there.
I'd had to stretch it out.
Well, hey,
we all would.
it'd be all right. You can make it happen. All right, for a Keisei Tominaga jersey. Got some people rooting for it over there. Tim Parmley. If Tim is listening, we'll make sure we got his information, so we'll call Tim.
We'll
all right,
make
we'll call
sure-
Tim.
make sure what
I'll
that
put that
is.
on there. So
Yep,
Tim
well done.
Parmley wins the Tominaga jersey. Write that down here. And okay, we want to keep going?
I think it's
All right.
time, Jake Sorensen.
Which one we gonna do? A
Jake
golf
Sorensen.
outing with me?
Jake Sorensen.
All right, Steve.
Jake Sorensen.
Golf outing with me, Jake Sorensen.
Scott Orlog.
Scott Orlog, I think is how you say that.
Scott Orlog.
All right.
I think that's what I said.
I
Yeah.
think you're right.
Yeah,
Well, I'm seeing like a P here too, Scott. Okay, Scott Orlog.
That's S. That's his email address.
Okay,
S.
all right. All right,
S.
let's put the golf with Jake.
You'll get to know him. He'll be
I
your
will.
He'll be your new best friend.
How about that for ready by? That's terrible. I can read that on my own handwriting. All right.
Look, we're not going to allow you to just say that about Beatrix Public Schools. They taught you how to write. You
Oh,
just
they
forgot.
did, but guess what? I was not the best student of penmanship.
Pete
So
Rice
thanks.
has tremendous teachers.
That's right, they do. But I just didn't listen to the
for
penmanship part.
a golf foursome with Jay Foreman, with Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Lauren
Let's go with Lauren Lischansky.
Lischansky.
Lauren Lischansky will win a golf outing with Jay Foreman. So I got the phone number at the email. We'll call Lauren up to make sure that we get that. And then one more here. What?
That's with you?
That's with Jay Foreman.
Oh, with Jay.
Last one, we'll do a 10-week challenge with Farrell's.
There we go.
And Jeff was just here for quite some time. The winner,
Jason Love.
Jason Love. I think I saw Jason Love here. So Jason Love will win a 10-week challenge to Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Steve, we appreciate you stopping in and being a part of the show. You are, of course, a legend. You're an icon on the ticket.
He shows up on the text line. He shows up
Yeah.
on the text line.
Of course he does.
Yeah,
Steve Schindler is an icon.
Like,
So
what's up, Shin Daddy?
I'm
I'm
Shin
like,
Daddy.
wait a minute. I don't even have a nickname.
he has his own cutout over here.
Yeah,
He has a
I
part
mean,
of early break every day. And he's here at Midwest Bank. So
I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate you asking me about why you should be with Midwest Bank. I say the same question to you guys: is what makes you so good?
I love this. I love
Good.
people. Like
Thank-
here's the thing. this whole radio station thing was built under the same idea of Midwest Bank. Put it in a place that's worthy of the work that you're doing and the people that are doing it. Like, you want them to be proud of coming into this location. You want them to be proud of wearing that funny little M.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think it's funny. I think it looks good.
And it makes for communities are based on good people. Great communities make great people, and great people make great communities. You could simply say that about Midwest Bank. Everybody here is good people, just trying to make the surrounding area better. That's how we know it's good.
Thank you for putting
Thank
it
you,
so
Shit
well.
Daddy. Thank you, Steve.
thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
that. Let's send it to break. One last final segment from Midwest Bank here at 70th and Pioneers on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through March 5th is fresh cut chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound and 29% off all soap and skincare products. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or at 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we have some really big savings for you right now. Our new crossover sale is underway. New Terrains, Equinoxes, and Trailblazers starting at $23,290. That's right, $23,290. Also, we've continued our huge Sierra and Silverado truck sale with over $10,000 off new pickups. You heard right, over $10,000 off list. Koppel truly has a small town feel with big city deals. We're right down 144th Street or at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G260980 and C119824.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Life is all about balance, so how about a little sweet and a little heat to make your week? At Wings & Rings, we're introducing our all-new Hot Honey menu for the month of March. Try our one-of-a-kind house-made sauce on the brand-new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich or our Hot Honey Shrimp and Slaw. And of course, you can get it on the traditional boneless or smoked wings that have made Wings & Rings your go-to neighborhood spot. But don't wait, Hot Honey is only here until April 1st. So stop by Wings & Rings at one of our 2 Lincoln locations today, on O Street and on Village Lane.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a few clouds this morning, becoming mainly sunny this afternoon. Will be breezy. We'll see a high around 64. Tonight, mainly clear skies with a low near 35. And tomorrow, sunshine returns with a light breeze, but it will be warm. We'll see a high around 74. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Midwest Bank. We want to thank the fine folks here for actually inviting us down, letting us be a part of the grand opening of the new location, 70th Pioneer. Listen, Jake Sorensen next to me. We thank you, listeners, for being a part of what we do, and it's a great weekend.
Yes.
As we kind of get some form to basketball, Big Ten tournament rankings, March Madness as a preparation. We have one more golf foursome.
Yes.
To give away, and we'll draw until we reach the
Someone's
name.
here.
Someone. Well, it has to be somebody from Midwest Bank who's here.
Yes.
Right. So
yeah, if you're in the building still.
Yep. So they'll have to shout out. We will draw rapid fire. You'll get 10 seconds to.
How about this? And they get to play with both me and Jay.
Absolutely. Well, does that mean two foursomes?
No, one force. Oh, we can decide.
Well, you don't want them to just come in with one other person. You want.
That's true.
Yeah. Let's
So
not,
they get to
let's not do
choose.
it. Yeah.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Jake Sorensen to. Oh, you're gonna let me draw.
It's your show. You're
gonna let
draw,
me
man.
draw.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what we got here.
Are they in the house? Let's see.
I think we just drew.
Let me see. Is it Brad? Oh, we just saw it. He put his name in twice. Cheater. Cheater. No, we can't give that one out. That one. We did give that.
Man.
Somebody's cheating here.
Mike Roth.
Mike Roth, you in the
Mike
building?
Roth in the
Is Mike Roth still here? He left. Should we give it to him?
It's your call. What
This
do you
is for the
think?
Midwest Bank foursome. Is he from? Yeah. Redraw. All right, Brad makes the decisions here. We got our 5 winners so far for
I'm
prizes.
a member of that club, man. Let the boss man know. Cooper's here.
Cooper? All right, Cooper. Hey, man, you're winning a golf foursome with me and or Jay. Maybe 2 of them.
So here's the way to work. You'll play. You and a friend will pick. You can pick and play either with Jay Foreman or Jake Sorensen. Your friend can play with the other. We'll set that up for you. Fair enough?
How about that?
Let's do that. Big win. There we go.
There we go.
Let's get this group. Here's what
We got T-shirts for you guys.
everybody in the room.
Yes.
We have different sizes, different colors. Before we pack them up, we're going to let you folks go through and get ticket T-shirts. We want you guys to represent. It's a way of us saying thank you for inviting us down and letting us be a part of your opening day here.
Okay. Well, Brad says his wife gave him instructions to get a T-shirt for sure. So absolutely,
we will make sure that will be.
We
done.
don't have a blue one. We got a black. We got black and
red.
But
Black
they're
and
good.
red.
So if you're in the building, come get a T-shirt before we get out of here.
Couple of things in play. Again, Huskers baseball got canceled today. The game will not be made up. Softball, of course, they're back at it. Basketball, women's basketball, big season finale. Trying to get to 20 wins.
Yes.
It is a huge statement required for Amy Williams and that program. Everything that's going on there, opportunity for them to make a final statement. And then men's hoops, you got 2 opportunities. And I will repeat this because I think it's a huge opportunity. If we had said back before the season started that this basketball program would have a chance to not only win 20 games, but that we could even whisper that they could end the season with 25 wins, we would have all lost our minds and been considered due for therapy.
Yes.
They sit at 21 wins, right?
20 wins.
20 wins. You win the final 2 postseason games. You go to the Big Ten tournament. You'll be favored in game 1.
Yep.
No matter who it is, you'll be favored. Win that one, and then get a win. Get a win in the semifinals.
Yep.
And you're not afraid of anybody that you're going to face in the semifinals. As a matter of fact, you've probably already beat them, unless it's Illinois. Otherwise,
but you can beat those
but
guys.
you can beat them because you took them to overtime in their building.
That's right.
Right? So you can understand that. And then you can go to March. You can go to the NCAA tournament and win for the first time in March Madness. That would be win number.
I'd be ecstatic.
Win number 25. Listen, Husker fans, if you do the dance to say what could happen here, buckle yourselves in.
Yes.
It all has to start with a win this weekend.
Beat Rutgers. Beat Rutgers. It's a home game. We don't lose at home. We win at home. It's what we do.
I'm just going to lay the framework. If you're Fred Hoiberg and you have an opportunity for this team to finish the season with 25 wins, what it does for this program, what it does for this community, you can't even begin to evaluate how important that would be, how big that would be.
That's right.
All right, we're done here. We thank the folks again at Midwest Bank. Come get T-shirts. We're going to send it down to Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman will bring you 2 more games tonight.
Boom.
Semifinals in the girls' women's basketball state tournament. I'm DP. He's Jake Sorensen. Austin Orman, thank you, kind sir, for running the board, getting us through. Greatly appreciate
Houses?
you.
They're
See ya.
expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of